The tick fell onto my forearm during Sunday dinner. Just a speck, really, dark and replete, legs curling like burnt eyelashes. I flicked it into my mashed potatoes. Mom didn't notice. Haley had missed 6 family dinners in a row. "She's adjusting," Dad said when I pointed out last week, staring at his folded hands. "You remember how eager you were at 17. Haley hugged me too tight by the trailhead, her pulse skittering against my collarbone. "Normal," the counselors called her 3-day fever after selection. "Part of the process." The smell clung to her when she returned, wet limestone and something sweetly metallic like pennies left in rain. "They never mentioned it." She paused mid-sentence, head tilted as if listening to a voice humming just behind the drywall. "Allergies," she said when I asked about the sage smoke. Her bedroom window is open tonight. A single muddy shoe print points toward the woods. Another tick crawls along the windowsill, swollen and deliberate. The grandfather clock stutters, a wet, gurgling sound. Haley's fingerprints left faint green stains on the brass pendulum last week. I count the ticks. 27, 28, 27. Cicadas haven't sung since she returned. The numbers pulse like a dying heartbeat. The air tastes thick, like sucking on a battery. I press my palm to the pendulum, still warm where she touched it, that unnatural chlorophyll heat. Behind my eyes, something throbs in time with the counting. 27, 28, 27. A floorboard sighs upstairs. Haley's room. I tell myself she's dancing again, bare feet slapping worked oak like when we were kids catching June bugs in jars. But the silence after feels deliberate. Held breath. The shoe print gleams under my flickering phone light, not mud, something viscous, veined with threads that shift between black and deep bottle green if I tilt the screen. My thumbnail comes away smeared iridescent. Wind rasps through the window. "No, not wind!" A wet, rhythmic tap against the screen. The tick from earlier crawls upside down along the mesh, abdomen split. Antennae taste the glass. Her bed springs creak. Boards groan toward the stairs. Dread pools under my tongue, metallic as her new scent. "She's sleepwalking," I chant, "just like Mom did after the miscarriage." The porch swing chain whines. Through moth-chewed curtains, I see her standing at the edge of lawn and forest, nightgown clinging to patchwork bug bites, skin glistening, waiting. The grandfather clock chimes. It hasn't worked in a decade. Her left foot sinks deeper into the grass than physics allows, ankle submerged in earth up to the calf, as if the ground's turned to tar. I step onto the porch, ribs vibrating with each exhale. Cicadas click inside my molars. She turns her head without shifting her shoulders. Moonlight smears across her face. Her left pupil swallows the iris whole. Her mouth moves, but the words arrive late, mismatched. "You've been counting wrong." Mosquito fern crunches under my heel. The swing chains dig into my palms, rust flaking like dried blood. Her breath knots the air between us, 28 degrees warmer than the rest. Roots coil around my ankles, feathery and translucent as insect legs. When I try to jerk free, the grandfather clock strikes again, 12 times, though the hands haven't moved past 3. Haley's smile widens. Veins web her neck, branching emerald. "You felt it too," she whispers. Her tongue flashes segmented, darkly iridescent. The trees lean closer. Bark splits with a sound like zippers, revealing wet cellulose pulsing. My pulse sinks to it. 27, 28, 27. Something hums beneath my sternum. Alive. Burrowing. Haley presses her palm to my cheek. "It leaves a film, sticky sweet." "They're almost here," she says. The clock chimes. The chimes fracture into a metallic wheeze, each note warping into the high-pitched keen of a dying animal. My ribs ache where the humming nests, swelling like a second heart. Haley's breath hits my cheek, burnt sugar and ammonia now, chemical. The roots tighten. My toes go numb, the sensation spreading upward like deliberate paralysis. My uvula vibrates detachedly, releasing a harmonized scream. 2 voices, mine and something subcutaneous. She strokes the air near my collarbone. "Your bones are singing to them." Shadows ribbon between trees, edges vibrating. Her teeth clack, syllables without breath. Cracks split my skin, paper cut thin, crawling toward elbows. Sawdust spills out. When I touch a wound, resinous sap wells up, cold everywhere except beneath my ribs. Haley's veins glow brighter. Luminous roads to her throat. Roots yank my knees into earth soft as wet wool. Numbers twist. 27, 28, inversions cutting like switchblades. A polyphonic hum answers from the woods. Under my skin, antennae tap against marrow. Shh, Haley murmurs as kapok seeds drift from her hair. You're the door! The clock stops. The silence is louder. Haley's eyelids ripple vertically, moth-wing membranes catching absent light. Her fingers press into my sternum, a keyhole opening. The roots snake deeper, liquefying muscle into loam. Cold steals my breath, but beneath it, fever-bright vibrations like cicadas shrilling inside my pelvis. Haley's throat emits a wet flutter. I try to scream again, but my tongue coats over with something fibrous. Shadows congeal into shapes too angular for trees. Jointed legs? Antenna? My arms stiffen, bark splitting up to my shoulders. Every fracture leaks that thick, honeyed resin. It glues my eyelids half shut. Not mine. Not mine, not. Afraid of metamorphosis? Haley's voice splinters into layered harmonics. Her jaw unhinges, releasing a black-veined proboscis that grazes my ear. You invited them when you built the clock. Memory fragments filling the attic timepiece with cedar oil, hammering its bronze bell. Wrong. Wrong. The oil had smelled like fermented nectar. The bell's inscription in glyphs I couldn't read. Something moves through my jawbone. A mandible? The hum swells louder, vibrating my molars loose. Air warps above the tree line, a blur of iridescent wings the size of sails. Haley cups her hands. A cocoon of silk unfurls from her lips. Hush now. Let them carve you hollow. The ground dissolves. Roots jackhammer into my skull. Light fractures. 1,000 legs step through. The honey hardens. My lungs are cathedral chambers, echoing vast, each breath a flutter of parchment wings. Eyes sealed under amber film, but I see Haley's silhouette throbbing with larval shapes beneath her skin, feeding. Her laughter trickles like sap down my spine. Movement isn't mine anymore. Legs piston me forward, chitin clicking against bedrock. The forest bends. Trees crack open, shedding bark to reveal lacquered thoraxes beneath. I want to claw at the thing my face has become, but my wrists hinge backward, useless spindles. The clock. I slur inside my skull, syllables crumbling. Glyphs from the bronze bell flicker behind my eyelids. Not letters, but pheromone maps, directions. An invitation. Cold, liquid pools in my throat. Memories dissolving. Mother's voice fogs away. First kiss. The sting of a wasp at age 7, all reduced to a sweet medicinal syrup. Haley whispers through shared antennae, "You're almost clean." Her words blister, then burst into swarms. My ribs splinter outward, gills frilling open to drink the thickening air. Moonlight curdles into yolk yellow. A pulse beneath the soil, the clock's pendulum slow and seismic. It carved me. It's carving still. My remnants leak into the hive mind static, a chorus of clicking throats. Something strokes my new wings with barbed adoration. I don't scream. I harmonize.